by the Modi government on the day that Onam is being celebrated, and just a few hours before women across the country will be celebrating Rakshabandhan. It is being pegged as a gift to the women by the Prime Minister. The prices of LPG cylinders were slashed by 200 rupees. The cabinet also approved free LPG connections to 75 lakh more women under the Ujjwala scheme. All beneficiaries under Ujjwala will now get a 400 subsidy per LPG cylinder. This will come into effect from the 30th of August. What does this mean? It basically means that for the non-Ujjwala users, now an LPG cylinder will come for about 900 rupees, whereas for the Ujjwala beneficiaries, the same cylinder will be about 700 rupees because they already have a 200 rupee subsidy which was announced for them in the month of March this year.
On the auspicious occasion of Onam and Rakshabandhan, Prime Minister Narendra Modi, as is known as Bhai Narendra Modi, has given a gift to the millions and millions of sisters and the users of the LPG cylinders. The prices of the LPG gas cylinder for the domestic use has been brought down by 200 rupees per cylinder for each and every user. At the same time, there will be 75 lakh new gas connection will be given under the Pradhan Mantri Ujjwala Yojana scheme. That will take up the total connections to 10.35 crore in the coming days.
Now, the common man is elated after the LPG price cut announcement, with many thanking the Prime Minister for the big relief, especially in festival season.
People like us, especially the singles who stay alone, and we have to depend on our pocket monies, and especially the students, it's a great help. I think it's a great initiative. Looking forward for more such initiatives in future.
For working women like us, I'm sure any reduction in our price is really good, as against a balance of petrol prices going up or the other prices going up and all of that. I think it's a good thing.
This feat would be good for the women. They will be able to economically kind of be able to handle the finances in the household. So I think this is one major positive step that the government's taken to kind of help its middle class and lower strata citizens.
Now, in fact, reacting to the decision that was taken by the cabinet, the Prime Minister said, रक्षाबंधन का पर्व हमारे परिवार में खुशियां बढ़ाने का दिन होता है. गैस की कीमतों में कटौती होने से मेरे परिवार की बहनों की सहूलियत बढ़ेगी और उनका जीवन और भी आसान रहेगा. मेरी हर बहन खुश रहे, स्वस्थ रहे, सुखी रहे, ईश्वर से यही कामना है. So this is being pushed as a major move, especially directed to the women of the country. However, the TMC and West Bengal Chief Minister Mamata Banerjee linked it to the election, saying that only 2 meetings of Team India, the India Alliance, have taken place so far, and already fear is creeping into the central government, and it is this fear that has translated into this decision.
Well, I welcome it. I'm the line minister, and I think that the Honorable Prime Minister's decision will be welcomed by all our citizens, particularly by our sisters, particularly by those who are directly affected. मैं आपको थोड़े आंकड़ों की जानकारी दे दूं. अदर यूजर्स के लिए जो भी दाम है वो 200 रुपए कम कर दिया गया डोमेस्टिक के लिए. तो अगर मान लीजिए 1100 रुपए उसका दाम पहले था, तो आज वो 900 रुपए हो गया. जो राज्यों में कांग्रेस की सरकार है, बड़ी थोड़े ऐसे हैं, बट कुछ जहां पे है, क्या वो नहीं है इसको करेंगे? वो तो अपनी तरफ से और कुछ करेंगे. ये रक्षाबंधन के अवसर पर माननीय प्रधानमंत्री जी ने अपने बहनों को ये दिया. लेट्स लुक एट द बेनिफिट व्हिच कम्स टू पीपल. जिनके पास पाइप गैस दैट इज चीपर, पर वो तो सिर्फ 25 लाख थे, अब अभी 1.25 करोड़ हो गए हैं. बट गैस सिलेंडर यूटिलाइजेशन, हमारे कनेक्शन देश में इस समय 33 करोड़ है. ऑपोजिशन की जो सिनिसिज्म है और वो उनकी इरेलेवेंस के साथ डायरेक्टली जुड़ी हुई है.
कि समाजवादी पार्टी लगातार गैस, पेट्रोल के दाम, टमाटर, सरसों तेल के दाम को लेके लगातार महंगाई पे भारतीय जनता पार्टी से सवाल पूछ रही थी. देश की जनता वो महंगाई से बेहाल रही है. 9 साल से भी ज्यादा की भारतीय जनता पार्टी की सरकार में अगर कोई काम प्रगति पे रहा है, अपने शीर्ष पे रहा है, तो महंगाई और बेरोजगारी रही है। आज जब देश में आम चुनाव होने वाला है, 3 राज्यों में विधानसभा चुनाव होने वाला है, गैर भाजपाई राज्यों में गैस के सिलेंडर के दाम को कम करने की घोषणाएं की जा रही हैं, तो भारतीय जनता पार्टी ने मजबूरी में 200 रुपए कम की हैं। लेकिन समाजवादी पार्टी भारतीय जनता पार्टी की सरकार से मांग करती है कि गैस के दाम 400 रुपए किए जाए।
अजय जी, 200 रुपए का एक बड़ा फायदा जो है सरकार करी हमने दे दिया, महंगाई से राहत दे दी, रक्षाबंधन का गिफ्ट दे दिया।
देखिए, ये जो एक्सटॉर्शनर्स दुकानदार होते हैं ना, 400 रुपए का सामान को पहले 1200-1300 कर देते हैं, फिर बोर्ड लगा देते हैं कि 200 रुपीज डिस्काउंट। उसी तरह का हरकत भारतीय जनता पार्टी कर रही है। दाम तो बढ़ा है मोदी जी ने, 1100 तक पहुंचा दिया है। अब तो बेशर्मी देख लीजिए, आप बोल रहे कि हम आपको जो 200 रुपए गिफ्ट दे रहे हैं। जैसे वो होता है ना कि किसी भी जो कोई भी मार्केट में चले जाइए, जो एक्सटॉर्शनिस्ट शॉपकीपर्स होते हैं, जो है ना बेवकूफ बनाते हैं ग्राहक को, तो उसी तरह का मोदी जी है। 400 का सामान 1100 कर दिया। पूरा दुनिया में तेल के जो है गैस के दाम कम होते गए, और फिर आप बोल रहे कि हम आपको गिफ्ट दे रहे हैं। चुनाव आ रहा है तो इस तरह की हरकत कर रहे हैं।
All right, so is this a massive gift or is this an election sop? Tushar Gupta, senior editor at Swaraj, joins us along with Raj Gopalan, senior journalist, Lokesh Jindal, leader of the Congress, Vivek Silas, spokesperson of the Samajwadi Party. Let me first ask you this, Mr. Raj Gopalan, because we have just got Mallikarjun Kharge who has tweeted, जब वोट घटने लगे तो चुनावी तोहफे बंटने लगे। जनता की गाढ़ी कमाई लूटने वाली निर्दयी मोदी सरकार अब माताओं बहनों से दिखावटी सद्भावना जता रही है। This is an election sop, says the Congress, because the BJP is scared.
Padmaja, every 6 months in India we have elections. Either state election, corporation election, civic election or national election, whatever that. What Mr. Modi stood to his words. What he said from Red Fort, that guarantee, Modi de denge guarantee. And now, after Chandrayaan Shiva Shakti, it is now Nari Shakti. Nari Shakti have been given more benefits. Why can't the DMK, JDU, TMC, RJD implement that? As Mr. Hardipuri just now said, why can't the state government also give 200 rupees so that the prices will come down further 500 rupees? Therefore, my understanding is the other BJP governments, Yogi Adityanath, Padam Dev, Dhami Sarkar, even Shivraj Singh Chauhan, they will reduce it tomorrow, day after tomorrow. See, wait and watch. It is going to be a major benefits for the women.
Lokesh Jindal, after Shiv Shakti is Nari Shakti, says Mr. Rajgopalan.
Why Congress is rattled with this? Why Congress is rattled?
The entire nation was shocked when in March 2023, we were having an increase in the LPG prices and a reduction in the jet prices. So the government wanted the household to suffer and those in the corporates to benefit. This had been the policy of the government. And Padmaja, the viewers must know that today, with respect to PPP, India's LPG price is highest in the world. In 2014, the price of a LPG cylinder was around 420, 430 rupees. But today it is as high as 1100 rupees. It is one of the highest in the world. Despite reduced imports from Russia after the Ukraine war, the benefit was not forwarded to the households. So it was a miserable failure on part of the government. And after March 2023, especially the opposition Congress, it came to the streets, started criticizing the government for its apathy towards the household. And then now the government has reduced it by 200 rupees, which I think is not that sufficient, considering the kind of inflationary trend that we are witnessing. I won't say it is there, durust hai. I would simply say that the message was conveyed.
Right.
And there was some reaction, but it is highly inadequate.
Okay, so there are 2 points that you have raised. I will take both of them to Mr. Rajgopalan and Tushar Gupta. But Tushar, you first, the more substantive point, this impression that is being conveyed that the LPG prices are increased by the government substantially year on year to benefit its corporate friends. And now when elections are around the corner, they are being reduced.
Look, I have long given up hope on Congress spokespersons to understand matters of economics. So my hope from Lokesh remains the same. I mean, it's laughable that Lokesh Jindal has the audacity to talk about inflation, because when inflation was at its peak, their solution in Karnataka was to give free money to people. Padmaja, their actual solution to solve inflation in Karnataka was let people have more money, let people have unemployment and allowances. So people like Lokesh Jindal shouldn't comment on economics. Now, Padmaja, coming to the reduction in the price. Look, there is a problem of gas inflation in the rural areas. There is a problem of gas inflation overall, and the rates have not come down to the pre-pandemic levels. Now the government has room to cut the prices, and I agree with Mr. Rajgopalan. The state governments will also chip in, and I think you will see the price of the LPG cylinder, the domestic cylinder, going somewhere between rupees 500 to rupees 600. That is going to come back to the pre-pandemic levels, because the world has been very upset since 2020. You had the 2 years of pandemic, an entire energy disruption, and then you had the Russia-Ukraine war. But when Congress says that this is an election gimmick, let's remind the Congress that in Himachal, they are doling out OPS at the cost of the state's future. Himachal is going bankrupt, and yet they're not stopping with the freebies. Their alliance partner, Aam Aadmi Party in Punjab, is giving out freebies, is issuing budget which is based on borrowed money, and it has no way to solve Punjab's debt problem. Their alliance in West Bengal, again, another bankrupt state, relying on freebies. Their alliance in Kerala, another bankrupt state, revenues are drying up, yet the freebie economics continues. So my problem here is that the Congress spokespersons do not understand where the government has room to cut prices and how are they going about it and where freebies are.
But
What
isn't
Congress
this
does
also
is election
freebies,
gimmick.
Tushar Gupta? That's the point. The
No,
government
absolutely
always
not.
said it's fiscal
Absolutely
prudence.
not,
It believes in
Padmaja.
fiscal prudence against Revdi. This is also
no.
Revdi.
No, absolutely not. Look, they're not giving away cylinders for free. They're not saying that we'll give you 1,200 rupees every month into your bank accounts and you can go buy as many cylinders as you want. This is the price that was there pre-pandemic level. This is a calculated reduction. Had it gone from 900 to rupees 0, I would have rightfully called it Revdi. But this is not Revdi. The government has that fiscal room to reduce the prices.
Then why didn't they do it earlier? It will be argued, why didn't you do it earlier? Why did you do it when you've got state elections and Lok Sabha elections next year if they had fiscal room?
Because they're not doing it for the elections. Then they realize what the demand is, what the supply is, what the price dynamics are. Energy prices are not something that you and I can decide on a television debate. There are a lot of geopolitical dynamics involved, and all of those have to be factored in as the
Okay, everyone wants to respond to you. Mr. Rajgopalan is more vigorously wagging his finger. First him and then Vivek Silas. Lokesh Jindal, I'll come to you. I think Vivek Silas also deserves to speak, but quick response to Mr. Rajgopalan.
Tushar has nailed the lies of Congress spokesperson. Apart from that, Padmaja, every year you have election. Every 6 months you have election. Why should that India meeting taking place? Is it not because of election? What is that talking they are talking? India, Mumbai, what happened in Patna, what happened in Bengaluru, what is going to happen in Mumbai? Is it not politics? It is not election. So therefore, everything is election-oriented in the country. Because every 6 months, that is the reason why Prime Minister said every 5 years we should have election. You can't go up, you can't go down. So whatever have done, now will DMK, will TMC, will JDU, Nitish Kumar, Mamata Banerjee reduce prices to 100 rupees? That is the question.
No, why should they reduce, sir? Everyone is making
because
promises that they reduce to 200. You and I will pay for it. वो कौन सा अपना party fund से देंगे? You and I will pay for it. Please don't make such suggestions. It's very scary. They will give it away for free also.
Petrol prices should also come down.
No, but they will give it away for free. It's not like they are giving from their own funds or the electoral bonds.
But still,
you and I will pay for it. Okay, but Vivek Silas, just when you were preparing to board your chartered flight for Mumbai, has this move pulled the rug from under the feet of Team India?
First of all, very good evening to you, Padmaja ji. I think what Mr. Rajgopalan has rightly said, that it's not the matter of election. But Mr. Rajgopalan, let me remind you, this is not a normal election. It is an election that has to decide the future of India. And it is the fear of the Bharatiya Janata Party of losing the general election and the state elections that such things are being done. Whatever subsidy or price cut should have been done at the time of the COVID crisis. People who didn't have money to spend at all at that time, but at that time, if we remember, Padmaja ji, sadly the prices kept on increasing. As far as petrol and diesel prices were concerned, it was a record for 21 days at a stretch. The prices kept on increasing. Today, Bharatiya Janata Party is definitely under a fear, and I agree to Mamta Di what she said. There have been just 2 meetings of the India Alliance, and such things are coming out because somewhere down the line, the Bharatiya Janata Party also realizes after the poll, the pre-poll, the survey reports have come that 43% of the votes are going to the NDA and 41% are with the India Alliance. That is something very, very alarming. And as the time goes by, you will see that there will be a time when the India Alliance will cross 50 and Bharatiya Janata Party will keep on reducing.
Why are you going to give away free cylinders? Because that now seems to be the race. You'll give for 500, they'll give for 499, then you'll give for 498, then 490. We'll keep paying more taxes, roads will not be made.
As you said, that it's very scary, Indeed, it is scary.
It is scary? Then maybe Ashok Gehlot should not be giving away cylinders for 500.
What do you say?
Because frankly, the only people who are scared are us, who pay the taxes.
Padma ji, let me complete, please. Yeah, ma'am. Ma'am, please.
Yes.
As Mr. Rajagopalan ji said, that Mr. Modi gave a lot of Honorable Prime Minister gave a lot of guarantees, There were a lot of other guarantees that were given by Prime Minister Modi in 2014 and 2019 as well. We should have the income of the farmers should have been doubled by now. Every Indian should have had a house of its own by now. Bullet trains must be.
It's very interesting. You are saying that there should have been cheaper cylinders during COVID. You are not mentioning that free food grain was given to 814 million Indians across the country, sir. 2 lakh crore ka subsidy bill hai, food subsidy bill. 2 lakh crore. That already is being paid. Anyhow, quick response from Tushar Gupta, then I'll bring back Lokesh Jindal.
Mr. Silas is so detached from reality. He is saying that the government should have taken down the prices during the COVID. Doesn't he know that under the Pradhan Mantri Garib Kalyan Yojana, in the months of April, May and June, the Ujjwala beneficiaries got free LPG refills? What are you even talking about? Such frivolous replies, doubling farmers' income and whatnot. Who was the party which was standing with the farmers who were protesting against the progressive farm laws in Western UP? It was your party. You are the biggest hindrance when it comes to doubling farmers' income. You don't even know the basic facts that LPG refills were given away for free during the first wave of COVID. You do not understand free food grains. And here you're talking about inflation. Sir, I recommend that you pick up a newspaper and read before commenting on an issue as serious as this.
Okay, Lokesh Jindal.
When there was a COVID crisis, the government had indeed withdrew the LPG subsidies. Sir, you get your facts right before coming and ranting at opponents, and learn some manners when you're coming on a debate. Talk on topics rather than getting personal. Before learning economics, learn some manners. And secondly, with respect to the government and its policies, it was time and again pointed out by economists that this tendency of the government to hike the LPG prices is going to spiral the inflation. This is what has been happening after March 2023. And now with the LPG costs, I mean, it's one of the highest in the world. The inflation causing a worry, an election year coming in, the government has suddenly resorted to reducing the LPG prices by 200 rupees. I still state that it is insufficient, it is inadequate. The government needs to do much more in order to give some respite to the households.
Wonderful. And this is the worry, Tushar Gupta, whether you say that they have room, this wriggle room for all of this. Now look at the demands being made. Lokesh Jindal is saying even this is insufficient. Here is what Saravanan Annadurai of the DMK is saying. Gas cylinder price, 200 rupees reduction. Why this discount? If it can be reduced now, why not before? Why reduced by 200 only? Tomorrow they'll say if you've done 200, then do 800. Why even somebody should pay 900? I want it for 20 rupees.
Padmaja, one point please. One point. I need to fact check Lokesh.
Yes, Tushar.
Let's educate Lokesh about the facts as if we would educate a kindergarten kid. Firstly, the government did not withdraw the subsidies in 2020. In fact, 10 crore free cylinders were given. But yes, there was a government that withdrew LPG subsidy, which it was giving through direct benefit transfers in January 2014. It was the UPA 2 government which was worrying about its electoral prospects. And on January 31st, 2014, 3 months before the national elections, they withdrew the subsidy on LPG. Number 3, you're talking about inflation. During 2012 to 2014, inflation was in double digits, sir. And between 2020 to 2023, when you had 2 years of the pandemic, a global disruption of supply chains, and the Russia-Ukraine war, which led to an oil crisis, you did not see the inflation crossing 8%, not even for 1 month. So let's not compare the inflation figures. And since you are very worried about inflation, why was the Congress protesting against this government when they were importing oil from Russia? You very well knew that if India hadn't imported oil from Russia, there would have been an energy inflation in this country, quite like what was witnessed in the West. So if you were so concerned about inflation, why were you protesting the Russian oil?
Okay, fine. You're calling out that hypocrisy in inflation, but this still doesn't answer my question, Tushar Gupta. Here is the worry. Now people will be demanding, saying, why only 200? We want more. What will the government do then? Where is this going to stop?
No, the people have to understand. Is this for me?
Yes, Tushar Gupta, go on, answer this, yes.
You know, the people have to understand at the end of the day how to differentiate between freebies and fiscal reductions which are manageable within the government. You do not want a situation like Karnataka where the government which has taken over announces 5-7 programs of freebies, free unemployment allowance.
Fine, but you really think people...
It cannot be on the cost of development, Padmaja.
But I'm sorry to say that's a very fond hope, but that doesn't happen. You know, there was a video of Revant Reddy in Telangana telling farmers that you go and take 2 lakh rupee loans from banks. I guarantee you we will waive all of this when we come to power. People will take 2 lakh rupee loans. Then who knows what will happen next time elections happen. They will default. Who will suffer for it? Taxpayers will suffer for it. Government banks will suffer for it. And that's the problem. This could well trigger a race to the bottom. Will at least now there be fiscal sense, Vivek Silas, and not have more demand saying we want even more reduction, because this is a vicious cycle.
Yes, definitely it's a vicious cycle, and definitely somewhere down the line it hampers the economy of the country, no doubt about it. But I think the decision that the government has taken at the moment, as of now, I think this decision should have taken a long time back by the central government. This is, as I told you earlier, is just the fear of losing election. Nothing more than that. Because the Bharatiya Janata Party and Honorable Prime Minister has nothing else to say. Jitna unko jhoot bolna tha, whatever lies he had to speak to the people of India, he has already spoken. There's nothing left now. He cannot speak more lies. It's the end to it. Okay. So there is something that he has to do and show. So this is something, it's something, just to show the people that I'm still there, I'm existing, I'm here for you. But people are not, people are reacting differently against the Bharatiya Janata Party.
The proof of the pudding is in the eating. One wonders how the states are going to react. Is this going to be the end of the we can do better cycle, or is are the various states of Team India now going to go a step further in this competition? Thanks very much, gentlemen, for joining me. We'll keep a close eye on what happens.